Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Uncle Ricky's House. Look, I'm gonna talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'm not gonna be nice because I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the wench, but you know my likes and dislikes don't mean a whole lot when you compare it to or consider the fact that she is an elected congressperson, a representative in the United States Congress, and she's not the only one, but she is a sorry individual. She has no business in Congress. That oath she took 2 times already, and I don't know how she made it the second time. The first time, people in her own district admitted that, it was a mistake. The second time, I think she won just because she was running against a black guy in a rural Georgia district. I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. But anyway, Marjorie Taylor Greene, for lack of a better way to put it, is a walking piece of minutia, doo-doo, crap. But, pardon the hiccups. But the thing is, she is in Congress. The Republicans are in charge of the House of Representatives. She made some kind of side deal with Kevin McCarthy, and now this crazy Looney Tunes person has actual power. Now, the reason I say Looney Tunes is because she's made several outrageous statements, most of them connected with her original allegiance with QAnon, which now she says she made a mistake. She was at home with nothing to do, and she started fucking around on the internet and got sucked up in the Q. It might be true, but I think she's lying, just like she lies about a lot of other shit. But she sits in Congress. She's on committees. That means that no matter how wacky she is, whatever comes out of her mouth, it's not all insignificant. Not that it means anything, not that there's any truth in it, but just because it's a lie or because it's stupid, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have significance. Because she's a congressperson. And we as Americans, no matter how much we disagree, because she is a congressperson, we automatically listen. Or we automatically maybe give her a little bit more leeway to say vile and evil shit than we would from our next door neighbor. Because honestly, if I had a next door neighbor that said some of the shit to me that Marjorie Taylor Greene said to the nation, I'd probably, be like going to court or be in jail for a couple of assault charges. I'm just saying. That's how intrusive, that's how offensive this woman happens to be. She chased down a victim of one of the worst school shootings in the history of the country. And her question was, on the streets of D.C., where she cornered the young man, why are you arguing against my God-given Second Amendment rights? Why are you spoiling my fun? She didn't say the rest of this, but you got it. Why are you spoiling my fun? Because, you and, 19 or so of your friends got killed by somebody with a gun. That doesn't mean shit. Guns are America. This is how Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks. She has there is no middle of the road. Marjorie is extreme in everything she does because she is an attention slut. That's an attention whore. A clout chaser. She doesn't give a shit about I mean, she wears that "Make America Great Again." Well, first of all, America was never that fucking great for some of us. It was tolerable, but it was never great. But she wears that hat, and she has no intention of doing that. What she intends to do is make America a good place for rich white people like me, with emphasis on the white. She's not, she's not billionaire rich, but she's up there, and that makes her a great mouthpiece, a great foot soldier for the true 1%. And she does that shit well. And then you throw in the cultural racism, the inherent racism that, due to the social environment she grew up in the areas she grew up in. And now you have this living, breathing, freaking blonde monster running around the halls of Congress, and she has power. Kevin McCarthy, in his ultimate act of stupidity, made a deal with this crazy wench that had lost all of her committee assignments during her first term in Congress because of the foul shit that came out of her mouth. Now Kevin, because he wanted to be Speaker of the House so bad, he got Marjorie's support by guaranteeing to put her on committees that meant something. And my question to Kevin is, how can you put a person on a committee that really means something when that person has no meaning besides her own welfare? Marjorie is about Marjorie. Marjorie is not about the United States. Marjorie really isn't even about MAGA. She, just like Donald John Trump, she saw that MAGA, well, Trump created MAGA, but he did it inside the Republican Party because he saw that was fertile ground for all of his bullshit. The autocracy, the racism, the misogyny, the xenophobia, the homophobia. And here comes Marjorie right behind him. And that's why people think she's auditioning to be his handmaiden in 2024. And that's probably the truth. But what I can't understand is, with all the bullshit she does, with all the things she said, with all of the questionable acts, which she should have been at least investigated by a congressional ethics committee, if not by some, criminal law enforcement type agency. I don't see how Marjorie Taylor Greene survives. She's not that damn smart. I mean, as a nation, we sit here and laugh at her ignorance. But when you are a congressperson in the United States sitting on vital committees like the Homeland Security Committee, your ignorance has relevance to those that are stuck on the title and not the substance. There are actually people in this country, thank God, maybe not a whole lot, but just enough to be a problem, that believe every word that comes out of Marjorie Taylor Greene's mouth because she's a white, blonde congresswoman from Georgia, and she's a ultra MAGA Republican. That's an instant fan base for her. And she is I hate to say it, as ignorant as she is, as uncouth as she is, she plays that dumbass fiddle well. Now, the separation of red and blue states, I mean, even people in the Republican Party Even MAGA Republicans are saying, Marjorie, you need to go change your granny panties, your cotton panties, the ones you were talking about that, your COVID mask was like. God, I wouldn't want to sniff that, but you need to change your panties, because with all your recent statements, all you're doing is fouling yourself. You shitting the bed, baby, because you're not even making sense to us anymore. You're starting not to be. The confusion that you created, or were creating, was a benefit. It helped us, camouflage a lot of the other moves and directions we were going in, because everybody was looking at your ignorant ass. But now you are so far out there. You are so slow up with this little bit of power that Kevin gave you, that you are becoming a hindrance, a hazard, more than you are being helpful, even as a distraction. In other words, you are saying shit that's so fucking ignorant, people are starting not to listen to you, and now they're paying more attention to us, and we can't do our devilish shit if everybody is looking at us and not looking at you. So Marjorie, just return to being the batshit crazy QAnon person. Don't try to be the instigator of the next Civil War. Don't try to bring back the Confederacy, because the shit didn't work then. It didn't work now. It's not going to work now. And if you try it and it happens, it's still going to lead to the same thing. A bunch of people on both sides getting killed. The country itself being probably weak for the next 20 years, because we're recovering from the Civil War. And most of all, when it all ends and everybody starts looking for somebody's head to hang on a pike, I don't think they're going to do like they did the last time and say, we have to be good to our brothers and sisters that tried to destroy the Union. So we're not gonna persecute them. We're not gonna prosecute them. We just gonna say, you know what? It was all a big mistake. Let's let bygones be bygones and let the country go on. Marjorie, that's not gonna happen this time, baby. Keep your shit up, and then the shit goes bad, when you find your nut ass sitting in a jail cell awaiting trial for, all kinds of crazy shit, which you deserve because you are a, that type person. Don't be mad. And as for America, stop listening to this fool and start thinking about every way you can legally get her out of office. Well, that's it for me, Uncle Ricky. That's all I gotta say, except for the usual. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Peace out and God bless.